Hi guys, I'm Danny, and I started the Sunday gym because I've noticed lately that people tend to go to colleges and universities without actually knowing why they're there. Afterwards, starting jobs that are unfulfilling. So I'm interviewing different professionals to see what they have to say and to share their experience and knowledge with you. I hope you enjoy it. Ron, Melly, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Been a
I'm
while. The
happy.
podcast will be focused on three main aspects. What do you do for a living? How'd you get there? How'd you know that this was the way to go? So tell us what you do for a living.
Thank you. My name is Milena. I'm Bulgarian, but from about 7 years, I'm living in UK. The way to first my job at the moment, I'm a HR assistant in international company. So I'm helping with all the HR stuff, like a lot of payroll, a lot of invoicing, a lot of documents, contracts, offer letters, all sorts of documents. I'm the person with the administrator in the company. So we're dealing with the whole Europe, UK. We're dealing with a lot of countries in Africa, in India, Taiwan. So it's on a global level. So it's quite interesting, and yeah, I'm enjoying it for the moment. Um,
Not to mention, it takes a special kind of person to deal with people stuff. You kind of have to really have to feel the pulse. Uh, because, for example, and I'm not trying to insult professionals or anything, but well, accountants aren't really known for that kind of stuff. We're more like lineal people, but it really takes a lot to be in that direction.
Yeah, definitely. I believe from my previous experience in different jobs, that gives me a great communication skills, which is helping me at the moment to deal with a lot of different nationalities in our teams. So every different person is with a different nationality and different view of the life. So it's quite good that we can communicate and understand each other. So yeah, that's really helping me, like communicating with the people in my team.
Absolutely, and not only the people of your team, different people in general.
Yeah.
And that actually leads us to the next question. Uh, how'd you get there? Like, how did your career path start, and what happened?
It's a long story. I'll keep it like very short, not to bother everyone. And we were working together before.
Yeah.
We were working in Murphy, so we were like working there together. I was studying in the New Bulgarian University. I was studying public relations. From then, I decided after I finished, I decided that I want to go a little bit in a different countries to see how people are living. I wasn't expecting to stay in UK. My my view was to go for a couple of months to see how it is there, and after that to go to France, Germany, and to go around in the world a little bit before to get married and have kids and stay at home. So I start working
Pretty
there.
solid plan.
Yeah. So I started working there in the restaurants because I was working before. So that was the easiest part for me to start working. I can't see you. um, yeah. Okay, can you hear me? If you want, I'll be still talking.
Just, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah, and I can see you as well.
Well, luckily, I actually the guy that designed the logo of the channel designed an additional logo with sorry, but we have a technical issue. So luckily, I had that.
Okay.
Folks.
So
Actually, graduate. I actually didn't knew that. So you graduated here, and then you went to the UK.
yes,
Right.
I haven't even take my degree from uni, just to make it clear. I finish it, semester and everything, and I still have like 3 exams to take. But I decide to have like a break for 1 year and then to take my degree. So I decided to travel. I started working in the restaurants, in the hospitality. So I managed to become, after like a year or so, I become assistant manager in a pub. After that, I was bar manager. I was After that, I left. I went to work in a different restaurant. So I was assistant manager, supervisor there. Then I decide, because like I'm Bulgarian in a different country, I decide that I want to learn a little bit more, to study there, to learn a little bit more about like the documents and all sorts of things that I want as an employment law, to understand my rights in the UK. So I
You
started.
know, when in Rome, do as Romans do.
Yeah. So I started studying in a college in UK, human resources. So I took my degree there, and I decided that's something that I really want to go further and like start working in a company as a HR. COVID started, of course. That's like everywhere. So I decided
UK.
it is the right time for me to start looking for something that is not in the hospitality business. And my first job in the HR, it was very difficult to take it, because like I have my degree, but I don't have like any like skills or anything that I can prove that I can work it. But in the end, I get to a company which was a game developer. They were doing games for computer, for like mobile phones, or like PlayStation 5. So they were creating the games, and I was HR assistant, recruiter, and I was project support associate in the company. So I was dealing with a lot of documents, of course, and I was doing events in the company, all sorts of other things, little things, and I was dealing with the well-being in the company for all the employees, which
Right
was
on.
really great. After that, I decided that I want to go further with recruitment, and I become a recruitment consultant 360 in one of the best companies in UK for recruitment. But my aspect was a little bit different. I was dealing with manufacturers, and yeah, so I was looking for people to work in manufacturers or like some warehouses. So I enjoy it, but I prefer to go back to the HR. So I quit my job from there, and I decided to go with the job that I'm at the moment, HR assistant for international company. So that's my path, like a little bit shorter, because I didn't want it to bother people with a lot of conversation about me.
And it's rather standard, really. Just it makes so much sense. It's not even funny. Like that basic, solid foundation to be in a certain place and to want to learn more about it. And you know, if you think about like 10 years ago, this wasn't even going to be a question. It's like in you. It's like feeling normal, natural. You're supposed to assimilate a little bit.
Yeah.
It's truly remarkable. That's basically the best thing a foreigner can ever do. Perhaps this is why I never really made it in Denmark. I really didn't want to. I really wasn't able to simulate there. That's definitely the reason why I never stayed there.
Of course.
And how did you knew that this was the way to go? With the HR, with the studying, with the because you already had the degree, you already had the background, but you went there, you took another course in college. How did you knew that this was the right way to go? What was it? A gut feeling? Was
Yeah,
it a gut feeling?
definitely. Yeah, the gut feeling, the thing that a lot of the uni courses and like the communication skills from there, because like to be a good PR or journalist, you need to know how to communicate with other people. So I took a lot of the courses there, and I decided that I want to study something. Yes, of course, like documents, and to understand a little bit more about the employment law in UK. But in a way, HR was giving me everything that I wanted. I wanted the documents. I wanted a little bit more about employment law and the communication with people, because like to be a good HR, you need to understand people and to communicate with them, and to make sure that the well-being in the whole company is correct and everyone are happy. So that's something that I really wanted to help people. Also, one of the parts of the HR is recruitment. I never imagined in my life that I've been doing it probably all my life recruitment by myself without to be paid. I was helping friends to find like places in a restaurants to work, and the same thing is with the owners of a restaurants or managers will contact me here in Bulgaria. Where I was still in Bulgaria, they will contact me that they're looking for staff. So I can always like call my friends and say like, okay, in this restaurant they're looking for a job. I never thought that that's kind of a job that I'm gonna do in a future time.
And
But
not only that, but you really need a special level of awareness if you want to do that, because it's one thing to call a friend and refer them somewhere. It's a completely different thing to know the person pretty good, to know his or her limits, to know the place that they're going, and to calculate if this person is actually for there. It's a special level of awareness. You can't just send them over there.
definitely,
And
definitely, I
it's
was like keeping like people which I'm not thinking that they'll be all right in this kind of restaurants, to keep it for a different, to recommending some completely different. Because like when I was working with a lot of people, you understand really what is their level of work and what exactly restaurant they should work for. So yeah, I was doing good job to say it. Like I can't say that it was brilliant, but it was something that I was just doing it by myself and without understanding, without to have like the knowledge. Because to be fair, you need to have a knowledge about the thing so you can recommend. But yeah, you're completely right about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the gut feeling. Were you aimed, also encouraged or discouraged by friends, by family? Because I know, as far as I know, your family members are pretty easygoing people. I highly doubt that they actually went against that. But were you like encouraged, discouraged, or something like that from people around you?
Discouraged now, but everyone were like saying to me like don't waste it, like do it. If you want to do it, do it. Like they were like, okay, whatever you want to study, study it. If you feel that it's something that you want to do it, why not? it's it's your life in the end of the day, and I completely understand. Everyone were like supporting me in this moment. Everyone was saying, okay, that's absolutely great. Like everyone from my family, they were happy that I'm studying in UK, and I'm gonna have a degree in UK, and I want to learn a little bit more, not to stay on one level. I want to develop my skills. I wanted to learn new skills as well. So yeah, definitely.
That's indeed pretty remarkable. And basically, the reason I started the podcast is because you can see it, and I'm sure you, as an HR, you're seeing it all the time. People go to universities without actually knowing why they're there, without wanting to be there, but they're over there because of the stigma. You have to have a degree or else. Now, I'm not against academia. I never will. I'm a self-graduate, so I'm not against academia. I personally don't like to see young people robbed of their time, because there are cheap colleges, cheap universities. It's not really about the money, it's about the time. You can spend money, you can get them back. You can't get back time. So this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm gathering all of those examples, and that's the whole point. And you really nailed it on the head with this one, because just see how linear and straightforward that. So you wanted to go over there, you went there. You wanted to work over there, you started working there, started working what you could. And then one step led to another and another. I mean, in all fairness, probably 7 years ago, you didn't imagine being an HR. You probably, so
Definitely.
one thing leads to another, and that this is the best way to go, because it's just see how stable it is, like step by step. But and when you look back, you walked so much. It's truly remarkable, Melly.
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. I can say that 7 years ago, I never imagined my life to be like that. I never imagined to study in UK. Okay, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start studying after a few years of being there. And after that, I said like, okay, let's do it. Let's try it. Um, in the end of the day, you can't know this job is not for you if you don't try it. That's why I wanted to try to see how is everything going, because like education, okay, I have the certificate, I have the diploma as an HR, but we were studying in college, and you don't have like really the point, like, okay, you need to do your job like every day, you need to do all of this stuff, that we know how to do it, but definitely I learn a lot from a lot of people,
Yeah.
because like some of them are finance managers for like 20 years in the companies. They're giving me a lot of tips how to do the things. So that's a great thing, that okay, maybe you can have the degree, but once you start it, you can learn a lot more there.
Indeed. No, it's the snowball effect.
Of course.
Melly, thank you for joining.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope you had fun.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Guys, I hope this one was useful. Please follow the channel on YouTube, Rumble, Gap, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Ring the bell and all the good stuff. Have a nice week ahead, and I'll see you next Sunday.